The Psychology of Connection, Episode 4, Overcoming Sexual Trauma, Healing Together in Romantic Relationships. Hi, I'm DrTonyWeston on the island of Santorini. Sexual trauma can cast a long shadow over romantic relationships. One or both partners may have experienced sexual trauma. In the case where only one partner has experienced sexual trauma, it's important to recognise that this affects not only the survivor, but also their partner. Healing from trauma is a deeply personal journey, and when approached with understanding and compassion, couples can heal together, building a relationship that is grounded in trust, safety, and emotional connection. Understanding the impact of sexual trauma on relationships. Sexual trauma leaves deep emotional scars, often leading to difficulties in intimacy. Survivors may struggle with trust, vulnerability, and fear during physical closeness. Trauma can activate intense responses like fear, anxiety, or emotional shutdown, making physical intimacy feel unsafe or overwhelming. These effects can impact both partners, creating a cycle of misunderstanding, frustration, and emotional distance. However, by recognizing the impact of trauma and approaching it with empathy, couples can work through these challenges together. Trauma responses in intimacy. Trauma often triggers one of the 4 common trauma responses: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. These responses are our body's way of protecting itself, and they can create barriers to intimacy. When a survivor of sexual trauma enters into an intimate situation, they may experience a flight response, an overwhelming need to escape, or freeze, where they become emotionally detached or paralysed. The fawn response, where someone pleases their partner to avoid discomfort, can also be common. For couples, it's important to recognise these responses and understand they're rooted in trauma, not a lack of desire or love. Open communication is key to navigating these moments with compassion. How to create a safe space for healing together. To heal from trauma together, couples need to create a space of emotional safety. This means being patient, non-judgmental, and allowing space for the trauma survivor or survivors to share their feelings when they're ready. Creating this kind of space is essential for both emotional and physical healing. Survivors of trauma need to feel that their boundaries will be respected and that they have control over the pace and nature of intimacy. Rebuilding trust through communication and consent. Trust is often damaged by trauma, especially when it comes to physical intimacy. Rebuilding trust starts with clear and open communication. Partners need to talk openly about their boundaries, desires, and fears without pressure or expectations. Consent is crucial. Every act of intimacy, no matter how small, should be approached with mutual agreement. This ensures that both partners feel safe and respected. The role of the non-survivor partner in the healing process. Sometimes both partners have experienced sexual trauma. If there's one partner who has not experienced trauma, understanding their role in the healing process is vital. While they cannot heal the trauma for their partner, they can offer crucial support. This means being patient, listening without judgment, and respecting boundaries. It's natural for the non-survivor partner to feel helpless at times, but simply being present and showing unwavering support can make a profound difference. Empathy, patience, and the willing to understand trauma without trying to fix it are key. Seeking professional help together. In some cases, healing from sexual trauma may require professional help. Therapy can provide both partners with the tools they need to navigate the complex emotions and challenges that arise. A therapist can offer guidance in processing trauma, rebuilding trust, and developing strategies for intimacy. For couples, working together in therapy can strengthen our emotional bond and help both feel equipped to face the healing journey. Reclaiming intimacy at your own pace. Reclaiming intimacy after trauma is a slow and deeply personal process. There's no timeline and there's no right way to do it. What's important is that both partners honour their own needs and boundaries. By taking things at your own pace, you allow intimacy to develop naturally, without forcing it. Over time, as emotional trust deepens, physical intimacy can become a beautiful and healing part of your relationship. Moving forward, healing together. Healing from sexual trauma is not an easy journey, and when approached with love, patience and understanding, couples can emerge stronger and more connected. The key is mutual respect, clear communication and unwavering support. In the next episode, we'll explore some common sexual challenges like erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation, which may or may not be relevant to your couple relationship. If not relevant to you, please skip the next episode, and if relevant to you, we'll talk about how couples can work through these challenges together.